So let's take a look at the settings. The first is the language setting. Here you can select one or more languages for the label. This way you can quickly and easily create multilingual labels for your products. For example, if you sell your product in Germany, the UK and Spain, you can add all 3 languages to the label. Now, as you can see, the text is out of the frame, but don't worry, we will correct this shortly. Let's go to the next setting, include QR code. With this setting you can control the QR code on the label. The default setting is Dossier, which means that scanning the QR code with your mobile device will get you to the mobile product dossier. On the other hand, if you choose the safety datasheet setting, the QR code will get you directly to the corresponding safety datasheet. If you don't want a QR code to appear on the label, choose None. The QR code will disappear from the label. In the next step, choose the packaging size. This setting is critical since it affects the size of the pictogram. According to the CLP regulation, the size of the pictograms must correspond to the size of the packaging. In other words, the larger the packaging, the larger the pictograms. It's logical since you cannot use a tiny pictogram on a 1000-liter packaging. So far we have set the number of languages, the size of the pictograms, and whether we want to use the QR code on the label or not. These settings determine the content of the label. With the rest of the settings, you adjust the label parameters to the content. First, you need to specify the size of the label to fit the content. Please keep in mind that the label must be big enough to fit the packaging, but not cover the information or elements that could be already printed on the packaging, for example a barcode. If there's not enough space for a big label, you can choose smaller fonts. For example, you can set the font size for the title, this is product name, and the font size for the rest of the text. Please note that the minimum recommended font size is 6. However, in some cases when you have very small packaging, for example less than 125 milliliters, you can use fonts smaller than 6. Chemios will not allow you to use fonts smaller than 5 since the text would no longer be legible. You can play with the label and font size to get the optimal result. If you cannot find the perfect fit, you can try adjusting the margins. Here you can adjust the top, right, bottom and left margins. The units are in millimeters and I recommend you to use at least 2 millimeter margins. Next, you can enter the contents or the nominal quantity of the packaging. For example, if the nominal quantity of the packaging is 5 liters, you simply enter 5L. For 250 milliliter packaging, enter 250 milliliters, and so on. If the nominal quantity is already indicated somewhere on the packaging, you don't have to include this information on the label. However, be careful not to cover it with a new label. Besides the contents, you can also include product codes on the label. You can select one or multiple product codes if they are available. If there are no codes available for this product, you must first add them. To add the codes, go to the Synonyms Edit function. You can find the Synonyms Edit icon next to the Safety Datasheet Edit or Product Edit icon in the Products view. Please note that only editors can assign codes to products. If you are not authorized to edit a specific product, you cannot add the codes. At this point, your label should be ready to print.